Hey, this is Daniel Norton. I'm here in my studio in New York City, and today we're going to make some portraits with colored gels. So colored gels are one of those things I get asked about all the time. So in this video, we're going to play around and create just like really fun, interesting portraits. But if there's very specific things you guys want to know about gels, go ahead and put them in the comments below so I can make some videos about those for you. I've got my friend Paulina coming. We've worked together a bunch of times. I just told her to bring a few cool outfits. I've got all my gels out, all different colors, and we're gonna play around and see what we can create. Okay, so Paulina's here. I told her to wear something with a little bit of color, but not too much because we're gonna use colored gels, right? There's a couple different approaches to this, right? You could have somebody wear really bright super colors and then kind of play around with that. But remember, if she's wearing, let's say, green and I hit her with red, it's going to kind of counteract that and change the color of the clothing and stuff. So something with a little color, but not too much. And then we're gonna play around with getting some color on Paulina. We're gonna play around with getting on the background. We're gonna play around with mixing colors. And one thing I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna use, even though we're in the studio, I'm gonna use my small flash, my Profoto A1s, because these are gonna allow me to cover smaller areas. We've talked about this before in videos. Sometimes you want a big flash to kind of give you a big open area of light. Sometimes you wanna be able to control it. And the smaller flash, the speed light type flashes are great for that. The first thing I want to do is try to get kind of a mixture of color here. And what I'm going to do is use, like I said, small flashes, and I'm going to use multiple. You know, you see me use C-stands a lot and they have these arms you can put the flashes on, but for this particular setup, I don't need to be able to spin the arms and put the things in weird places. I'm just going to shoot the flash straight. So I just want to simplify my game here by just taking these off. I'm going to take these arms off. And I'm going to replace them actually with this thing. This is they call it an umbrella adapter. It's by Tether tools. And what this does is it basically, allows you to use an umbrella, but what it mostly does is allows you to have a shoe on top of your stand. So I'm gonna put my flashes on here. We'll do 3 flashes, I think, so we can mix things together. If you saw the video I did on mixing color before, where I used an egg, I used 3. So I think 3 is a good number. Okay, so you can see here, don't fall. This just slides on, nice and simple. And I don't know if you guys have noticed before, but I have my flashes, well, the flashes themselves and their batteries, I put a letter on there that tells me their group. Just keeps it easier for me when I'm looking at them. So I know which one's which when I want to set my power and control them. So I'm just gonna make this straight and let me get the third one. So again, this is really just here. I'm not gonna use umbrellas here. I'm just using this as a means to hold the flash onto my stands. And I'm gonna keep them close together. And I'm probably gonna dial the heads in. And the reason why I'm using C-stands here, even though I'm using tiny little flashes, is because C-stands, you can get them nice and close. They kind of nest together, which is ultimately what I'm gonna want here. I'm gonna want them to be slightly different heights, but I'm gonna want them to be more or less close together like this. So we're creating, that's probably a good height, so I'm gonna go here. Once she gets here, I'll adjust them a bit. Something like this, and then I can use my umbrella adapters too, to tip them forward to get me the angle I want, you know, where she's gonna be. So if she's gonna be about right here, I want my shadows on the wall, so I want her to be kind of close to it. So I'm thinking she'll be like right around here. I'm only gonna go 3/4. So this should be fine, and I'll get the stands in the shot. Yeah, that's a good place to start. And let's look at gels now. Okay, so let's talk a second about gels. So gels are essentially, you're gonna put them in front of your light. It's going to change the color, right? It's basically a color. You put a blue gel in front of your light, it makes the light blue, right? That's kind of what we're doing here. One of the best ways to get these lights is to get packs. Rosco makes these various packs in about 1 foot square, and they have all different varieties. There's diffusion, there's the CalColor, which we're gonna use today. There's the photo pack, which we're also gonna probably use. They've got After Dark. So they've got a whole bunch of different ones. Beauty, and I've used these in various videos. I have got a lot of questions about diffusion, guys. So let me know if you want to see anything about diffusion gels as in a future video. If that's something that interests you, put a comment down below. In any case, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna mix color. I did this before in that video with the egg, and we're gonna kind of show layers of it. And I'm just going to use colors that I think will complement each other, that will create kind of a neutral. Okay, so I've got this blue gel here. One thing I want to talk about is how you place them on the light. So you know, a lot of times we don't want to waste our gels, right? So we kind of just stick them on like this. And the thing is, if you do this, and this is not a bad thing necessarily, what's going to happen is the light's going to come out and it's going to hit this gel and it's going to spread all around, essentially making the surface area of this gel your light source. The same would be true if you put the gel out here and did it, right? What we want to do if we want to control the light tightly is we want to put the gel right up against our light. So it really depends on what you want to do. So, you know, right up close against it, and ideally with no gaps. That's going to give us the cleanest light for what we want to do here. That should be good. You know, to work well there would be a rubber band. I wonder if I have some. Oh, there's a rubber band right there. Okay, so I have Paulina here, and we are going to take some shots. So, like I talked about, I've got the 3 lights here. I put some gels on them. I did the, I'm using the CalColor system. So what that allows us to do is have very precise. So it's not like Venetian green or something like that for your color. It's literally like green 5. Well, it's not that exactly. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Instead of just making it up, I'll tell them then. You can see here on the back, we've got like CalColor blue, 15, 30, 60. So we can take red, green, blue, all of equal values, and we should get pretty much a nice clean, you know, color mix. So let's see what this looks like. I'm going to just use TTL. You know, A, B, and C group. We've got Paulina there. And of course, obviously, I want to get a bunch of background because we want to see what it looks like. So wherever there's a shadow, oops. Okay, well, we can't start with the good one right away. That's not, you can't do that. You never start with a good one. So pretend like that didn't happen. And let's actually go in and see what we get. So, okay, what we're going to find here is this, right? Wherever there is a shadow being created, we're going to see light overlap, right? So this shadow, the darkest part here, is clearly created by the blue, thus we don't see the blue, right? But the green and yellow, or we have yellow, which is a mixture of colors, I guess. I haven't had Play-Doh in a long time. But no, these are mixtures of colors. But wow, look, it even looks like you have a makeup on your eyes because your eyeshadow is throwing shadows. So wherever there's a shadow, we're going to see these mixture of colors. Like we can even see it reflecting in her hair. We can see it down here on her shirt. And of course, most obviously on the wall. And we've got a mixture, and that has to do, I stagger them at different heights. You could also separate them so that they're in different spots. We'll play around a bit with it. But one thing I want to do here, although that's pretty clean, is I want to take this here, which is a white balance card. This is my digital vision target, my photo vision digital target, I should say. And we're going to have Paulina hold it and point it towards the lights. And I want to make sure I can see the front of it. I'm going to take another shot. And what we're going to do here is we're going to make our white balance off of this chart. There we go. I'm going to find a spot on it that I think is best. Because it's not one single light source, right? We're going to have to find a spot that looks the most neutral to my eyes. It's still not 100% perfect. I think right there looks pretty good. Because what's going to happen when you mix these, even though these gels are precise, I find that because the way we're throwing them together, you end up with slight variations depending on how much of one color hits her versus another. So by doing this, we're going to get a cleaner skin tone. Let's see what we got. Doing a nice wide shot so we can see all the color. There we go. Now we look, skin tone actually looks really great. She still has those cool shadows on her face. And again, you can control them in any way you like. So let's mess around a little bit. Let's take this. I'm going to come a little bit more to the side with the blue one. Now again, they all have to meet basically at her face, because if they don't, you won't get the neutral color. So we still need them to aim at her face, even if they're coming off in slightly different angles. And their height and their angle will change where they fall on her, and will also change where the color shadows come up. Let's come in here. And I'm just going nice and wide for these to start with, so I can show you guys kind of how it works. Yeah, there we go. Changed it a bit, and we've got those shadows there. And of course, we're getting a lot of green shadow on her, because of the angle and where the green falls. If you wanted less green, and let's say you wanted the yellow on her or the red, you could just move the gels. Right, let's do that. Let's take, just to confuse myself, let's swap these two. This is the blue and the green. Again, this is the one reason why I'm using speed lights. They're easy to switch up and move. we can decide, you know, what version of this we like best. Oh yeah, there we go. That's cool. Boom. Nice, right? We can see here a hand is throwing a shadow, which is creating cool light on the face. Of course, the hand's bright because it's close to the light, but otherwise, very, very nice. I like it. So do that but maybe closer to you. Yeah, there we go. So it's not so. We'll use a little inverse square law action there. Good. That's cool. I'm gonna back up a bit and I'm gonna use a longer lens. So I have a zoom lens, so there we go. The reason why I'm gonna do that is because it's gonna compress where her arm is. Remember that when you're using a longer lens, you got compression. That way her arm doesn't seem so whoosh towards the camera. Kind of depends on what you're looking for. Oh yeah, this is very cool. See if we can get, yeah, one more time with that. Yeah, with the hand. Try to block a lot of the red. Yeah. Good. Oh yeah, very cool. See, she can control based on which one she blocks, how much of different colors get on her. Very cool, right? All right. All right, so let's just try some normal things. Normal, whatever that means. This is, see how this kind of affects our shots if we just kind of play around. There we go. Like what kind of variation we can get. There we go. That's nice. Yeah, I'm kind of coming in like tight. I'm not always trying to get every single shadow. Sometimes it's fun just to play with a little bit. And we can even come from this direction. Yeah, interesting. So it just comes under her chin. Actually, come this way for me a bit. A little more. Good. Yeah, there we go. So what's interesting here is now we've got one shadow on one side of her, one on the other. We've got it under her chin, so we can really control that. Look at the fingers. That's really cool. Your fingers each throw a different shadow. Let's try a couple more. Just kind of fun. Good. That's nice. Hold. Okay. Good. Like it. And I am a TTL, guys, and it seems to be doing a great job every time. Yeah, the light looks really great on you. This like shadow, but go closer to the wall as well. Where she stands relative to the wall is going to make a difference. I want to show you guys all the different variations we can get here. Right? See how they're sharper? They're sharper because she's closer to the wall, but also they're sharper because they're closer, you know. Everything proportionately is closer with my f-stop. A little double tap. Yeah. You might even be able to get two sets of shadows. If you go like with this with this hand, yeah, there we go. Something like that effect. Yeah. You might be able to get that second set of shadows. Yeah, there we go. Right? So we got the second set with hands, right? So if you do that and then take your hand, that's your other hand, and do like, so you go like this. So take your what would be your left hand and like do the face thing. Yeah, so kind of like this, you know, in a cool way, and then take the other one to the wall. There we go. We can combine things. I think you might have to flip your fingers. Yeah, it's cool of you, because right there you have a mask. She has a blue mask. Yeah, see how you got like a, which is actually pretty cool. Forget that I said anything. That's actually good. Don't listen to me ever. Yeah, there we go. Right. Oh, very cool. Okay. Good. Yeah, we can grill. It's so fun. We're coming close for a few. There we go. Good. Nice. Yeah, I like it. I love this. The hardness. This end over here is really cool. Just that in and of itself is cool. Maybe do something with like just. Yeah, do like lots of hands, but close to the wall. There we go. Let's see how that works out. Good, good, good. Let's see if we can get a lot of hands. Oh yeah, so many hands. That, for some reason now that looks kind of like a children's theater. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Right? There is a point where you've got too many hands, I guess. All right. Let's do one more where you're just trying to be, yeah, exactly. Just kind of a nice, tight, kind of cool, regular shot, except with the, okay, so what's interesting here, all right, you're good. I want to do something like that, but I'm going to adjust the lights to you versus the other way around. So we're trying to do something here. Guys, we're going to move the lights. Again, we always want, ideally, for them to be pointed towards your face, because that's what we want to be clean. But putting them in different positions will change the way their shadows fall. And again, I'm in TTL, so in an ideal world, the exposure will adjust properly. Oh, interesting. We'll probably have to white balance it again because we got the, oh, that's so cool though. It almost looks like there's like a distortion in the film because our shadows are coming longer and shorter. I like this. Let's do another white balance. Good. Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, yeah. Very cool. Oh, also interesting. I hit the white balance thing again by mistake, but it actually looks good, so I'm going to keep it. Yeah, I love it. So cool. Very, very fun. Very, very fun technique, guys. It's just a matter of mixing the colors to create these really fun shadows. And of course, you can do it so that if we were to, light up different parts of her, we could have the shadows come in different directions as well. Look at that. I'll try the hand. So talk to the hand. Okay. Yeah, let's see. I'm just going to see if this one comes from below. We don't normally want lights coming from below, but sometimes it works. All right. Here we go. They're doing all kinds of construction out there. Oh, you weren't ready for that, but it's okay. Let me just see. Oh, interesting. Okay, I like that. Yeah, I feel like the hand is always a winner. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you just have a really cool mix. And this back here is like a Venn diagram. Yeah. Right, exactly. The closer it is to your face, the better the exposure will be. Oh, that's good. And just kind of dingle, like do this with the fingers in a way that's like, yeah, there we go. Yeah, maybe a little higher so we can get I like the look. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, and just kind of working together, right? This is another good reason why the tether, guys. It's like we can see what we're getting. Oh, that's very cool. I love this like slice of green too on the side right here. Wow, okay, here we go. The idea here, right, is we're trying something, right? It's a cool technique, but there's technique versus getting kind of a fun shot, right? So we were working it, we were trying it, now we're coming down to something that's kind of working, right? We're watching that hand to make sure it doesn't come too far forward so it's blown out. She's using her her hand to make shape on her face. She understands how it works, and we're kind of coming into it. So let's try a couple more. We got it. Yeah, that's neat because then now the shadow's behind you, so we can play around, right? So when it's behind you, you get clean light. And again, because we white balanced it, right? We're gonna have. Let me get. Hold on. If we do that, I'm gonna get a little bit more off to the side. Yeah. Trying to see where the fingers are gonna fall. Oh, that's interesting. Because now the color shifted again because the way you moved. Just go. I like it. But try it. Do this thing again. What you were doing here. I think I just need to frame it differently. because I want to get those fingers, but I can see where the hand is that's up here. I wasn't getting enough in the shot. So do that again. I'm just going to get more of you. There we go. It's coming off a little more creepy. Hand in one position, good. Hand in another position, creep. All right, yeah. All right, one last shot. You have to end on a good one. I kind of liked when you were more forward. I think that's really the winner. Yeah, just do something really, like. She knows what I mean. There we go. Maybe a little higher with the hand. Good. That way we can get the, yeah, I like it there with the eyes. So interesting. It's almost like do one more. I just want to change one thing. I like that. Just lowering the red light a little bit. I want to see if I can get the shadow to be a slightly different spot. One more time. Good. Yeah, that's cool. It's just on that one side, which is so cool. It almost does look like makeup, right? Very cool. All right. Well, that's pretty awesome. Take a look at them and let's see if she actually likes them. She says that she does, but so yeah, take a peek. Tell me what you think. What is yep? Push up if you want to go up. Down if you want to go down. That's the best one. Interesting, right?
I like that.
Yeah, it is actually good. And if the white balance is slightly off, we can always tweak it in post, but it's good to get it clean. But that's nice. I like the whole.
Yeah. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Like instant makeup.
Right? It's just a cool technique that you can just do really simply and really every shot's different. That's really cool too, yeah. Every shot, even, like I love the areas where like your hair is just like throwing little bits of shadow. Like just, yeah, it's so cool.
I love that.
Yeah, very good.
I love all of them.
Yes, well, there we go.
That face is so
That's the one? That's the guy, right? It's so cool, right? So it's a cool technique. And yeah, you want to try some more? Oh, I like that. See, I like when they're really dark. That to me is cool. We can always, if your hand's too bright, you can always bring it down. And there are the simple ones in the beginning. It all begins somewhere. So cool, let's try something else. Okay, so I want to do something a little bit more conventional, I guess. We've got the gray background. I've done lots of videos about using the gray background to create different colors, so we're doing that here. If you're working with small flash, because that's what I'm doing, right, and you're trying to be minimal about it, one thing you can do is actually position your flash so that it's kind of in front of the background. So I've got this purple flash, it's actually here, kind of in front of Paulina, but it's not going to hit her because I have the head kind of zoomed. And we're getting a nice wash. Now, granted, it is just a burst of light in the background. It's not perfectly even, but that's part of the effect that we're creating, right? The other thing, I have another flash kind of coming in, giving me like a separation kind of light, but it's a little more to the side than I normally would use for a separation because I'm trying to create kind of a wrap of light. It's acting kind of as a fill, kind of as a separation light on the warm side. That's got a straw gel on it. So I've got purple and I've got straws that kind of, they kind of contrast each other. And then I have a nice clean, neutral light on her face from the softbox with no gel whatsoever. So, and let's see what this looks like. It's a nice simple portrait setup. Good. And we can see that it's clean on her face. Again, because of the softbox. We've got some purple shadow over here because the purple gel is kind of bleeding onto her a bit. Where it crosses with the orange, it kind of becomes almost neutral again and golden. And, we can see that we have a nice clean portrait. It has this really good, kind of colorful, but really kind of not over the top wacky feel. I mean, who wants to be over the top and wacky? I mean, maybe you do. All right, here we go. Nice and clean, nice and simple. Now, of course, you could get colored paper, which is probably the ideal way to do this, but the great thing about using gels is that you can change it up based on outfits, based on mood you want to use really quickly and easily. If I had planned this out, like let's say for a catalog, I would have got purple paper and then probably still hit it with purple gel. We've done this before in videos. Good like that. A couple more. Good. Good, nice and simple. Just like that, clean. And one more, there we go. We're coming close for one more. Good. Good. Whenever a photographer says one more, they mean like 5 more. Remember that. You never do one more when you say one more, ever. Good, I think that was nice. What do you think? Yeah. This was easy. Come look, don't trip on the gels. Come look, see if you like them. I made a little bit of a mess here. So what happened? Up. Oh, you broke it. There you go. One thing that I do a lot, which is just terrible, by the way, so don't learn my bad habit. What color is this? I don't know. No, you should, when you cut your gels up, try to mark what they are. Nice. Yeah, me too. Yeah. It has a bit of a mood, right? It's got this kind of a little bit of darkness, but bright. So it's purple, right? So you might think, well, it's going to be bright and colorful, but this actually has a real richness to it. And adding that little bit of orange, I think, really worked, or amber, as it would be in this case. Awesome. Well, there you go, guys. Gels, right? Nice and simple. I will put the gels and the gel kits that I used in the description below. But if there's other kind of gels you guys want to know about, whether they be diffusion or color correction or whatever, let me know. We can do future videos about those. I'll put Paulina's information also in the description and mine so you guys can follow us. And I'll see you next time on set.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, here they are. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. See you next time.